Hello, I'm Dawnmist, and I'm going to talk about the latest Warriors book, A Starless Clan number 5, Wind. This is a new kind of video I'm trying out for my channel, a sort of analysis, commentary, review thing. I'll talk about my theories and predictions and share new artwork I've made just for this video. Let's see how it goes. A lot happened in the previous book, Thunder. Squirrelflight finally ascended as ThunderClan's leader, SplashStar, while Brambleclaw happily joined the Elders. Sunbeam passed her trials and became a ThunderClan warrior. Berryheart was exiled from ShadowClan for trying to overthrow Tigerstar. But most importantly, Frostpaw and Nightheart journeyed to the park, where they met the current generation of park cats. There, Frostpaw learned to meditate and uncovered the terrible truth that Splashtail is not only the cat who tried to kill her, but the one who killed Reed Whisker, as she saw in her vision. We also learned how Curlfeather plotted with Splashtail and manipulated Frostpaw from Kithood into believing she was meant to be a medicine cat. The plan was for Splashtail to kill Reed Whisker. Misty Star would appoint Curlfeather as her deputy and die soon after due to her declining health, and from there Curlfeather would become leader and make Splashtail her deputy. Unfortunately, Misty Star just happened to kick the bucket at the same time Reed Whisker was murdered, making the plan far more complicated and putting RiverClan in this leaderless situation. Wind opens with an interesting prologue from Splashtail's perspective, in which we see how Curlfeather was the mastermind of the plot all along. She would become RiverClan's leader, but needed Splashtail to be the one to kill Reed Whisker to avoid suspicion. He finds it unfair that Curlfeather will be the one with all the power when he is the one taking all the risks, and so he has the dog's killer on her way to the moonpool. Now Frostpaw and Nightheart have returned to the lake with two of the park cats, Waffle and Wasp, prepared to warn RiverClan about Splashtail's treachery, only to find they are too late. Splashtail is said to have been chosen by StarClan as RiverClan's leader. Frostpaw tells the clans about Splashtail and Curlfeather's crimes, but they have a hard time believing her, as in the past she realized her visions from StarClan were false. Of course now she has a real connection with StarClan, right? It's definitely understandable that at this point the clans aren't going to have much faith in Frostpaw's claims, but really frustrating for us readers who know the truth. Unfortunately, Splashtail handles this accusation very well by admitting Curlfeather's betrayal while covering his own involvement with a lie. He claims that he was aware of Curlfeather's plot to become leader and pretended to be her ally to work against her. He paints the picture of Frostpaw as a poor confused cat who was manipulated by her mother, and sadly the other cats believe this story and pity her. Splashtail exiles Frostpaw from RiverClan and Tigerstar allows her to stay in ShadowClan. At this point, the leaders are still figuring out what to make of Splashtail and whether to believe Frostpaw's accusations. SquirrelStar believes Frostpaw's story, but refuses to step in and help. This is something that Firestar did often for other clans and was sometimes scorned for. As a new leader, SquirrelStar is still earning the respect of the other clans and wants to put ThunderClan's safety first, which is understandable. She wants RiverClan to start to see the truth for themselves first. At the Windclan border, we learned from Breezepelt that Hairstar also believes Frostpaw might be telling the truth, but he doesn't want to involve himself in RiverClan's business. All the leaders seem to be unsure and waiting to see if Splashtail receives his 9 lives, though we know this could be very difficult to prove. Just like Nightstar, Splashtail could easily lie about receiving 9 lives in StarClan's approval. Another interesting thing in the meeting with Breezepelt is how he tells Sunbeam that Berryheart is injured and has been seen just outside Windclan territory with Sparrowtail and Hollowspring. He subtly encourages Sunbeam to check on her mother. This reminds me how Breezepelt has really matured over the years, especially when it comes to cats outside of Windclan. Breezepelt now cares about others regardless of their clan, and has really evolved from that annoying emo apprentice from our childhoods. Good for you, Breezepelt. Back on topic, learning about Berryheart's condition upsets Sunbeam, and she wants to be there to help her family. Personally, I feel Berryheart, deserves what she gets. Her treatment toward her kits for choosing mates in other clans is unacceptable and abusive. She claims to want the best for her family, but in the end, she only cares about them being ShadowClan cats. Despite knowing how Sunbeam and Spireclaw felt about their companions, she made Nightheart and Fringewhisker's trials ridiculously hard and even dangerous. Sunbeam owes nothing to Berryheart. However, Sunbeam continues to worry about her kin, and with SquirrelStar's permission, she goes and finds Berryheart, Sparrowtail, and Hollowspring outside Windclan territory. Berryheart seems to have fallen on some broken glass on the Thunder Path and is very frail with an infection. To no surprise at all, Berryheart is still her stubborn usual self and refuses help from the clans, Smokey, basically everyone. Sunbeam sneaks herbs to her and plans to take her to ThunderClan for help if she's not better soon. Frostpaw spies on the RiverClan camp where Splashtail seems to be preparing the clan for battle against ShadowClan, vowing vengeance on Tigerstar for his previous interference. We learn here that Splashtail has not been to the moonpool yet to receive his 9 lives, and he's actually putting it off, declaring that their battle skills are more important than StarClan's opinions. Frostpaw fears that Splashtail is going to put off the 9 live ceremony until the clan accepts him as leader without it, leaving them without their connection to StarClan, and becoming a starless clan. Mothwing notices Frostpaw spying and speaks with her privately, admitting she believes her about Splashtail and has been trying to plant a seed of doubt in their clanmates now and then. What's interesting here is that despite Mothwing's opinions on StarClan's guidance, she disagrees with Splashtail and believes that the clan needs a leader chosen by StarClan. Frostpaw receives a vision of a shadow in RiverClan, no, not the book, but a shadow just before the river disappears. It seems to be a warning that Splashtail will destroy RiverClan, which seems obvious at this point. Ultimately, Podlight admits to the other medicine cats that Splashtail has not received his 9 lives yet, shocking and angering them and obviously raising suspicion. Why wait any longer for RiverClan to have a real leader? Certain that Splashtail will lie about receiving 9 lives, Frostpaw goes to the moonpool to spy. She convinces Puddleshine to join her, knowing she'll need another witness in order for anyone to believe her. Sure enough, when Splashtail arrives at the moonpool with Podlight, the two have no intentions of even trying to commune with StarClan. Instead, the two of them lounge around, mocking the 9 lives ceremony and disrespecting StarClan. Splashtail even jokes about seeing Reed Whisker and killing him a second time. Just as they laugh about Riverstar supposedly putting his faith in Frostpaw, the clan founder himself appears from the moonpool, invisible to Splashtail and Podlight. He stands before Puddleshine and Frostpaw, gazing at her approvingly, and having seen more than enough evidence, the medicine cats report to Tigerstar. Squirrelstar believes them, but Hairstar is unsure. Oddly enough, Leafstar kicks Tigerstar out of her camp and fully supports Splashtail's RiverClan's leader, believing that ThunderClan and ShadowClan have ulterior motives for fighting against him. In the Broken Code, Leafstar was also on the side of Ashfur while he was under the disguise of Bramblestar, and it took time for her to realize the rebels were right about him. I'm sure at this point she wishes she'd stayed in the Gorge where SkyClan didn't have to worry about possessed leaders and murderers. Though Frostpaw, Tigerstar, and Puddleshine expose Splashtail's lie at the gathering, he defends himself by pointing out his accusers are Frostpaw, known for being wrong, and the ShadowClan cats who took control over RiverClan. Unfortunately, it's enough to put the matter to rest, and Hairstar and Leafstar accept Splashtail as SplashStar, much to Tigerstar and Squirrelstar's frustration. But we do get some good news here, that Icewing and Duskfur now believe Frostpaw about Splashtail and are working with Mothwing to convince more of their clanmates. After having a vision of a tree falling on the moor and kits wailing, Frostpaw pushes through the storm and warns Windclan that their nursery might be in danger. Though they dismiss her at first, her warning ends up saving the kits, and Hairstar finally believes that she does have a connection with StarClan and that Splashtail is the one lying. The final chapters are definitely the most climatic in this book. Frostpaw, Nightheart, and Sunbeam spy on the RiverClan camp where they find Splashtail ignoring the damage caused by the storm, instead encouraging his cats as they fiercely battle train, even drawing blood from each other. Splashtail reveals that Mothwing, Duskfur, and Icewing have left and furiously declares them traitors to RiverClan, going as far as to say that they must be killed. The clan is uneasy about this, and the one cat to speak up in support of this idea is Berryheart, who seems to have joined RiverClan. Hairlight, the RiverClan deputy, confidently voices his opinion that Splashtail is being too harsh, and that RiverClan cats should not turn on each other for it will make them weaker. When Hairlight points out that Splashtail is young and has lots to learn, this strikes a nerve with Splashtail, most likely because Curlfeather said similar words to him when she planned to keep him as her deputy. Splashtail expresses his hatred toward the peaceful RiverClan that Misty Star ruled, seeing that Hairlight supports the idea, and proceeds to kill the deputy with a slash to the throat. Splashtail names Berryheart his new deputy, and announces that the new RiverClan he rules will be the most powerful and no longer rely on the approval of dead cats. The RiverClan cats are shocked and terrified when Splashtail kills Hairlight, and I should hope at this point they realize that Frostpaw is right about him, considering he just killed someone in front of them all, and has expressed his willingness to kill not only ShadowClan warriors but his own clanmate. Splashtail's story has completely fallen apart now. Podlight claimed that SplashTail was chosen by StarClan, SplashTail even supporting this idea, and the two lie about him having received his 9 lives, yet now SplashTail openly dismisses StarClan. He claimed Curlfeather was the one who killed Reed Whisker and that he had been working against her, yet now he's proved that he is no different than the Curlfeather he described, manipulative and willing to kill. SplashTail has definitely started losing his sanity in front of RiverClan, and we're seeing just how power-crazed he is. It should be very clear to RiverClan now that SplashTail is not the cat they thought he was. Realistically, it seems at this point he doesn't have many allies within the clan besides Podlight and Berryheart, and even Podlight seems unsure about SplashTail, at least when it comes to his views on StarClan. Right now, SquirrelStar, TigerStar, and Hairstar are all in agreement that SplashTail is not RiverClan's true leader. They're willing to fight against him, but only after cats within RiverClan make the first move. We know that Mothwing, Duskfur, and Icewing have left RiverClan after challenging SplashTail's orders. They're the start of the rebellion within RiverClan, so what could they be up to? My guess is Mothwing, Duskfur, and Icewing are taking refuge at the horse place, which has me worried for Smokey and his kits if SplashTail were to find them there. SplashTail even knows that Smokey helped save Frostpaw's life, which gives him all the more motive to kill poor Smokey. I really hope this doesn't happen, especially for Little Daisy and Coriander, who already lost their mother. Now about Berryheart. Her joining RiverClan was certainly a surprise for me. Especially because earlier when Sunbeam asks about SplashTail, Berryheart makes it clear she only allied with him previously to get TigerStar out of RiverClan, and doesn't even want to hear SplashTail's name since the plan didn't work. SplashTail would have had to make her an offer she couldn't refuse. We know that SplashTail plans to attack ShadowClan in revenge for TigerStar's involvement in RiverClan, and Berryheart is not too fond of TigerStar since he exiled her. My guess is that SplashTail only appointed Hairlight deputy because he was so respected within the clan, and that would help him gain acceptance as leader. He might have hoped Hairlight would share his views, but when that didn't happen, he saw Berryheart as a cat with similar enough beliefs who would stand by him and be strong enough for the new clan he envisions, at least for now. Berryheart probably had no interest in the position, but SplashTail likely sweetened the deal by promising revenge on TigerStar. At this point, Berryheart has no interest in rejoining ShadowClan. She wants to lead it, and to make it the ShadowClan she is so patriotic about. I'm guessing that SplashTail has promised to help Berryheart kill TigerStar and take his place as ShadowClan's leader. We know Berryheart is not the best cat, but she has never shown a desire to kill before. The fact that she is unfazed by Hairlight's death and supportive of SplashTail's views supports the idea that she is now open to killing TigerStar. Being a rogue now, she probably feels like she's lost everything and will do anything to get ShadowClan back. The 6th and final book in this arc is called Star, in which we will most certainly see SplashTail's defeat and at last RiverClan's true leader. But who will that leader be? I don't feel certain about anyone, but here are my guesses. 1. Frostpaw. She's been in this mess to find a leader from the very beginning, and it would be crazy if that cat ended up being her. Throughout the arc, we've seen how much she cares about her clan and doing the right thing. This book especially shows how much stronger and confident she's become since SplashTail's attack and her journey to the park. She demonstrates this well when she's unafraid of confronting SplashTail, speaks up during TigerStar's clan meeting, and insists on going to the moonpool with Puddleshine and Shadowsight. These are qualities that could make her a suitable leader, not to mention the faith Riverstar has already shown in her. It would be really interesting if Frostpaw didn't even receive a warrior name and went straight to FrostStar, something we've never seen before. Ever since we got the first synopsis for Wind before the release of Thunder, I've suspected that one of the park cats might be RiverClan's next leader. I thought it might be a descendant of Riverstar himself, especially when the last Super Edition, Riverstar's Home, revealed that he and Finchsong had kits. I thought this would be a great way to connect to Nightheart too, if he met another cat descended from a legendary leader. It doesn't look like any of the park cats are descended from Riverstar and Finchlight since their kits were born in RiverClan, but I still think 2 of them are possibilities. 2. Wasp. We know that Wafflepaw is happy and settled in ThunderClan, but Wasp longs for the RiverClan he's dreamed of and heard stories of. Though he's left the lake now, I have to wonder if he'll end up returning and somehow be RiverClan's chosen leader by StarClan. He is young like Frostpaw and definitely lacks experience, but who knows, WaspStar? 3. Bee. This one could either be most obvious or very far-fetched. Bee was one of the park cats that Nightheart and Frostpaw met in the previous book, Thunder. He's a kind and wise cat who helps Frostpaw with her meditating and becomes a friend to her, and for these reasons alone, I assumed he would go back to the lake with her. But the biggest hint I see at Bee becoming RiverClan's leader is the dream he tells Nightheart he's had over and over recently, one that even makes him feel special. He describes walking along a frozen river while cats along the riverbank watch him curiously. I think this dream has to mean something, if anything, that he will become RiverClan's leader. The cats he sees on the riverbank could very well be RiverClan cats, watching curiously as this stranger presents himself as their leader. Though Bee didn't go with Frostpaw and the others to the lake, I have to wonder if he's had more dreams since they left, prompting him to make the journey. Maybe he's already on his way. Wasp is heading back to the park at the moment, and he could very well run into Bee and accompany him the rest of the way to the lake, and then Wasp can join the RiverClan he's always wanted to. The more I talk about this theory, the more I think it's the most likely one. I'm placing my bets on Beastar, not to be confused with the Beastars anime I also like. Well, that's all I have to say about Wind. Overall, it was an enjoyable book, and I look forward to seeing how this all wraps up, and what the ninth arc will be. Warriors is never ending, and I love it because I can't get enough of these cats. I hope this video was enjoyable. Feel free to leave your thoughts and theories in the comments, and if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future. Thanks for watching.